My name is Soko, and I'm making this video about my experience after my turbinectomy. I had it at the end of April of '07, and I was told by my doctor that it was no big deal. I wasn't even really told what turbinates were. I went in because I had a deviated septum from an accident where I basically smashed my nose at the bottom of a boat, and I was having a little bit of trouble breathing out of the left side of my nose. And I went in, and this doctor, who was young and a woman, told me that that I had some infection and that she was going to reduce it, and that I might as well, that I had turbinates, which I'd never heard about, and she was going to take them out, not take them out, but reduce this infection. So I trusted her and took her word for it and didn't see any harm in it. She assured me that turbinates weren't important. They were just going to cause me trouble later. I never had any sinus problems at all, and it was just something that I thought was procedure, no big deal. As time went on, I did have my concerns, and I asked her again about the surgery and what it consisted of, and she basically told me it was no big deal again, not to worry. I finally thought that I was overreacting, and so I just went through with it. And it was painful, one of the most painful surgeries ever. And I lost my sense of smell for a while, and that worried me. Right after the surgery, I realized that my nostrils were bigger, and I went but I healed okay. A couple weeks later, I went on a trip to East Asia, to Vietnam and Thailand, and while I was in Vietnam, about 2 months after the surgery, one day suddenly slowly I started to notice that the shape of my nose changed. These parts got narrower. I don't know if you can see it, but there used to be, this didn't used to come to such an angle right here. My cheeks have sunken in, and even my mouth, the teeth has changed. So I started noticing this physical change on the outside first, and then one day I felt like there was nothing inside my nose. It was the weirdest feeling. It was as if I had no nose. So I got really freaked out. I emailed her, and I actually started doing a search on the internet about, I just typed in my symptoms, empty nose, and the syndrome comes up, empty nose syndrome, from having turbinates taken out. I come to find out that she had removed 50% of the turbinate tissue on my right side, on the left side, and 35% on the left side. There was absolutely nothing wrong on the left side at all. And so I ended up having to cut my trip short. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't sleep. I thought I was going to die. I'm young, I'm only 33. Since the surgery, I was going to go off and start, I was going to go to Berlin, curate a show, go to the Venice Biennale, and I had to stop all that. Since I've come back, I forced myself to go into grad school for art education. When I was going to go into graphic design, I didn't feel like I could do the hours. I'm now taking sleeping pills. I've gone to the doctor over 30 times in the past 6 months. I'm trying to figure out what they can do to narrow the passageway in my nose and to restore some of the physical aspects of my nose and face. I have to sleep about 12 hours. I've thought about suicide. I've regretted my life. I don't see my friends. My relationship with my boyfriend has ended. I sleep with a humidifier. Generally, I feel hopeless about the future. Grad school is a struggle. I can't concentrate. I used to be able to read a book, and I'm become severely depressed due to health issues and the physical changes it's caused. I used to be a very active person. I haven't done anything active in months. I barely see my niece and nephew anymore because I don't have the energy. I'm in bed, and lately I've been calling friends, telling them that I'm thinking about suicide due to this unnecessary surgery. My symptoms are difficulty sleeping, which I take sleeping pills for now, dryness in my nose, lack of smell. It's also changed my chemistry. Somehow I feel less sensual, and just dryness around my lips, around in my ears. My hearing has gotten worse. I have tinnitus. I had dry eyes. My vision has worsened. That's probably due to anxiety. Physically, I've gained weight because I'm not as active as I was, and I eat worse. I have digestive problems. This, I guess, empty nose syndrome has really affected my life in so many ways, and I wish that I could turn back the clock and not have done the surgery. But I did. I'm looking to see what I can do to improve it in the future. But there isn't a lot out there right now. I try and live day by day, and a lot of my dreams and hopes are shattered. And I'm just hoping to find purpose again in my life. I never thought that a simple surgery could do this. Had I known what turbinates were, I wasn't told prior to the surgery. There were no charts. If I had been told organs were going to be cut out of my body by the doctor, I would never have done it. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I just try and live day by day. And I pray that I can find some peace and a cure, or something to help me live a more meaningful life, because these symptoms and the psychological effect have really impacted my life and my family's and my friends' lives around me. They're all worried, and the surgeon never told me of the side effects, and she never told me of the procedure, and me being young, never thought anything could really happen. I wish I had been told of what was going to be done to me while I was under. I asked about side effects, and she did say dryness was one. She was going to do one under the mucosa layer, and she didn't. She ended up cutting out the mucosa, even though in our discussion she said she was going to do something else. She never took CT scans, and she just kind of butchered away while I was under. I guess that's all I have to say right now. I pray for everybody that they get better and find peace.